Ethiopia's military has pushed out local militiamen out of the Amhara region, a breakthrough since fighting erupted last week. Witnesses say government troops gained control of Gondar, Amhara's second biggest city, and entered the town of Lalibela. The two towns were overrun last week by Fano militia, a serious security crisis since the two-year Tigray conflict ended last November. The government is yet to comment on the matter, despite imposing a curfew in Gondar, Lalibela, and 4 other areas until the 23rd of August. Public meetings and parades without state permission have also been banned. Meanwhile, Ethiopian Airlines announced that flights to Gondar and Amhara's capital Bahir Dar, where fighting also occurred, would resume on Thursday. Let's get more on this. Groom Chala is in Addis Ababa and joins us live. Groom, welcome to the program. Thank you for joining us here on Africa Live. Groom, the military has reported its first big battlefield breakthroughs since fighting erupted last week in Amhara. What is the situation like today?
So, Richard, in 6 major cities in the Amhara regional state, law and order has reportedly returned, and peaceful activities in most parts of the Amhara regional state is also happening. Remember, conflict started about 4 days back as the militiamen called Fano started taking up arms against the National Defense Force. After that, the Ethiopian National Defense Force also entered the Amhara regional state in their numbers. And now the report we have, and as you've quoted, the State of Emergencies Command Post report said that everything has returned to normalcy. The militiamen, the gunmen are now controlled, they are under control, and most of them are now in a position where they cannot wage another attack on the National Defense Force or disturb that regional state. So the report we have at the moment is in most cities, including Gondar, Bahadar, and other parts of the Amhara regional state, peace has returned and everything looks to be going back to normal slowly, as they say, but surely.
All right, Groom, peace returning is a good thing, but what more can you tell us that the government has done or is doing to restore peace in the region?
Richard, as you understand, the command post declared by the Council of Ministers has the mandate of perhaps, administering the regional state while it is in a conflict situation at the moment. And the report published last night says that from today onwards, there are going to be measures that are going to be implemented so that this found peace can be sustained, so that normalcy can also be returning as soon as possible. And one of them is curfew. In the Amhara regional state, in most cities, in most locations, 7 p.m. is the hour that anyone is allowed to move around. And after 7 p.m., it's not allowed to move by car or by foot, except that these are medical emergency people or security personnel in these locations. The other thing is the right to have meetings in different locations is also disallowed, and many other measures. So this is part of the command post measures in order to bring normalcy back to the regional state. The other most important thing is there are going to be conversations between the federal government and the people who are supposedly going to help the peace process to continue, and also the militiamen to return to law and order at the same time. If there are grievances, of course, these discussions are also expected to resolve them in the next few days or weeks' time. So the command post decision is to slam some kind of restrictions in the next few days, and also continue the peace process, including holding conversations and meetings between those who believe that there are grievances between them and the government, and also the general public at the same time in the Amhara regional state. But for now, what we can report to you, as we have also said, is the flights have continued in most parts of the Amhara regional state, including Gondar and Bahadar, and also fightings have stopped at the same time, Richard.